Welcome back to the channel, guys. So it's another very early morning. As you can see, it's still dark outside. This is the best time of the day to train, in my opinion. It's a time where everybody's asleep for the most part, and my wife is asleep, my boys. It's free of distractions. Nobody's gonna be messaging you or emailing you or any of that stuff. So in my opinion, it's the best time to work out because you also enjoy the benefits and reap the benefits of the workout for the rest of the day. I know for me, like I mentioned last time, it just pumps me up for the day. And if you start strong and you make that good decision of working out in the morning and engaging in that self-care, you're more than likely to just make better decisions throughout your day. So I would encourage you, for anybody listening, to try out these very early morning workouts. They are tough at the beginning, but you will see the reward of doing these so early in the day. Helps you be consistent. You're more than likely to work out, because if you wait till the end of the day, like let's say 5 p.m. when usually everybody goes, that's when the gyms are usually very packed. Your workout's not going to be as solid because every machine or area of the gym that you want to use is going to be taken more than likely. So rather than doing that, try 5 a.m. and you'll see that it's going to be a nicer experience. At least it was for me when I used to go to a commercial gym. It feels like years and years ago, but it was just maybe 6 years ago or 5 years ago. But yeah, try it out, because also, after work, your body just wants to relax and you just want to eat, and as you should, right? It's important to rest and have family time and enjoy the rest of the evening with your loved ones. So instead of taking away from that, try it in the morning where you're not taking away from anything or anyone. So try it out. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I think it's the best time to work out, and I encourage you all to try it out, especially if you're a busy person like myself with kids and a wife and a full-time job. If you're single, if you don't have any real responsibilities, right, then you can get away with working out whenever. But even then, I would encourage you to build those healthy habits, build that discipline, build good routines, and try it out already. I challenge you guys out there listening, to try it out and let me know how it affects your life and the rest of your day. So let's get started with today's workout. We're going to be training back today, so hope you enjoy it. So let's get started. Once you get that nice stretch, squeeze at the bottom. Try to hit that 10 to 12 rep range. I also like to start off with my left side, which is my slightly weaker side. I like to, especially when I do unilateral movements, when I'm training arms, back, whatever I can train one side at a time. I always like to start off with my left side, so that way I can hit the reps that I want to hit and be a little more fresh as well. So that way I can give my left side a more fresh state, so that I can be able to do just as much as my right. So I recommend you guys, if you don't do many one side at a time movements, to try them out for every body part. Actually, they do take a little bit more time. They take twice as long, because you're not using both arms. You're having to do one arm or one leg or whatever at a time. So this take a bit longer, but I encourage you to try add at least one unilateral movement to every one of your workouts, because then you'll be able to see the imbalances. I know that I saw them in my personal body, and I saw those discrepancies from side to side, especially in leg day. That's a big one, where if you don't do stuff like Bulgarian split squats or single leg RDLs, or those kind of movements where it involves one leg and one side of your body, you're going to see a pretty big imbalance if you only do nothing but two leg movements. So I encourage you to try it out. It'll bring balance to your body. It'll bring more strength, and it'll transfer over to your other movements that involve both legs, both arms. So give them a try and see for yourself the benefit of it. So up next, guys, is going to be the dumbbell bench supported row. This is a great alternative to the T-bar row, or the T-bar row machine, which is an awesome exercise. Obviously, I don't have one of those machines, so I use this variation, which I actually really enjoy. I love how natural it feels with dumbbells. You're not in a fixed kind of set of motion or path like you are in a machine. So with this, you get the benefit of that freer movement. So you can do it more flared, more tucked, depending on what you want to hit. I try to get it somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to be doing that. But before I forget, I do want to mention a little more when it comes to what I was talking earlier about the imbalances in your body. That's another reason, guys, that it's important to train and to add unilateral movements to your routine, because it also helps with injury prevention, especially when you're doing stuff like squats, deadlifts, even heavier leg presses and stuff like that, where you're using both legs at a time. More often than not, you're slightly using your stronger side to compensate for the weaker side, which is what often leads to stuff like knee pain, lower back pain, because one side of your body is actually working harder than the other side because of those imbalances. So that's another reason why it's so vital to train your body one side at a time, to add at least one movement to your workout routines, so that way you can get a little bit more balanced and be able to prevent those injuries from happening. So give that a try, and let me know what you think. But let's go ahead and get this set going. Pick it up. So I like to go like to get that deep stretch. And that nice hold at the top. Whew. So give that one a shot, guys. It's a great alternative, like I said, to the T-bar row, but you get that benefit of having that freer motion. You can also do these one arm at a time. I've done that variation before too, and it feels great. So give this one a shot if you haven't. So up next on the list are going to be lat pullovers, and I'm doing it with the Mag Grip, the pronated version. I like the way this one feels, the way it locks you into this fixed position for this movement. But you can do it with the rope, you can do it with any attachment, honestly. I encourage you to explore different options, see what you feel best. Sometimes I do it with the rope, sometimes I do it with the D-bar handle. I like to spice these up and see how my lats feel, which is a great part of back training in general, that you can hit it in so many different angles and heights and whatnot. So back day is one of those days where you can have a lot of fun and explore new things and spice things up. So let's go ahead and get this set going. It's a little light. So great movement. I either like to start off with this one or do it towards the end, but wherever you want to add it in, this is a great movement to try out. So to finish off the workout, I am going to do a superset, which is going to involve the trap 3 raises, which I'll demonstrate right now, and dumbbell rear delt flies to finish off the back. So I love this combination. It's a nice way to finish off. And for that first movement, the trap 3 raises, if you've never seen them before, it's a great exercise to incorporate, especially since I feel like it carries over to better overhead stability and and you're training that little muscle in your back that isn't trained as much, and it's good for your mobility as well. So let's go ahead and get that started. And I put the bench at a nice incline. I think it's at 45 incline, and then I'll drop it down to finish off with the rear dumbbell flies. So as you can see, I'm first retracting, and then I do the movement. One more. No need to go heavy on these either. So that way you get quality reps. But if you can get quality reps with heavier weight, by all means, go for it. So I decided to actually end with one bonus exercise. I'm already on my third set of incline handstand walks till failure, or till I hit my head and get a concussion. Just kidding. There's no way I'm gonna do that. But I did want to harp on a little bit more on that verse that I shared last time, guys, which if you didn't see my previous video, it was Hebrews 12:11 in the Bible, which says, no discipline is desirable at first. It's painful. But after a while, or afterward, there will be a peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained by it. So there's some very key words in that scripture, which says that it is painful to be disciplined. It's not fun. It's not easy. And it will be hard at first. And it won't be an instantaneous thing. Unfortunately, it's not something that happens overnight. It's something that you build over time. It even says in the Bible, but after a while. Because for most people, normal people like myself, it's hard to do that. But you see that the more consistent you are, the more your body will adapt. The more you will end up waking up before even your alarm rings. So you'll be surprised what your body will do when you start training it. So I encourage you to give it a try, even if you're not a quote unquote morning person, which I don't believe there's such thing as that, because anyone can wake up early if there's a reward or there's something involved, if there's a benefit, right? Like if you want to go fishing, I'm more than sure you're going to wake up at 3:30 in the morning to get all your stuff ready and go have fun, right? Or if you're waking up for a Sunday service, which you're motivated, which I hope you would be motivated to go and serve at your local church or anything like that. In those days, you are a quote-unquote morning person, right? But I don't think it works that way. I think it's just a choice that you make. And what you are not changing, you're choosing, right? So I encourage you to change that habit, to change that part of your day that will impact the rest of it, that will be monumental to the rest of your day. And just to elaborate a little bit more on this gym banner that I have over here, Discipline Equals Freedom, which I do believe it ties very well, complements that Bible verse that I just talked about. What I feel this means to me is that if you're disciplined, it does free up your time, your life, your mind. If you get the workout out of the day first thing in the morning, you don't have to worry about it the rest of the day, and you get to enjoy the benefits of having a clearer head, being more emotionally regulated. At least for me, I feel pumped the rest of the day. I feel like I'm a better help to my clients that I work with. I'm a therapist, so I try to practice what I preach. I preach self-care. And so I try to be that prime example and hold myself accountable. So like I said, discipline equals freedom. It'll free up your time. It'll free up your schedule. You won't have to worry about knocking out that workout after work when you probably should be just relaxing, winding down, spending time with family. And I get it, everybody's schedule is different, but for the most part, I do feel like this will benefit most people's lives, especially if you're single. Like I said, try to incorporate this already so that way you can bring that strong discipline and strong foundation into your future marriage, to your future family that you're going to build eventually. So yeah, I just wanted to speak on that verse a little bit more because that verse really does mean a lot to me, and I could talk about it for days, just like I can talk about a lot of scripture that means a lot to me endlessly. But I'll be sharing more of these, like I said in my previous video, and future videos, and I hope you enjoy them. I hope you get something out of them, and I hope you apply them, because that's where you'll see the benefits, and that's where you'll see the change in your life. But I hope you enjoyed this back training, and stay tuned for more. God bless.